Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for you to take your seats. The show is about to begin.
Musical, lyrical lingo. Every episode a new bingo. Laugh and sing, go with the flow. Tune in as the memories grow.
Hello and welcome to Musical Lyrical Lingo. We're your hosts, Tim
And LJ. Today and every week we will be discussing musicals, but specifically what they told us.
Oh, Mummy Daddy, this is the big one.
It's the big one.
It's the shakedown. The shakedown. You know that bit in Bugsy Malone?
No?
The big one. The big one.
Oh,
the
right,
shakedown. The shakedown. It's got to
the
be
one you've
good.
all
It's
been
got to be.
waiting for.
Yeah, that is true. I know, and we've kept them on tenterhooks for 3 long years.
I still can't quite believe we're doing it, though we've been very clever and we're recording it so that it'll go out around Independence Day.
I mean, I love the fact you've said we've been very clever. I mean, I have no part in that. That you have been very clever.
Well, I mean,
She's awful clever. So she's
I'm awful clever, aren't I?
yeah, indeedio. Well, I think it's going to be a long enough one, so we'll maybe just fire into it. 2 very brief, quick theatre pieces of theatre news.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, 3 lies.
Okay.
3. David Hunter, Grace Moat
Mm-hmm.
are to join Lucy Jones in 13 Going on 30, the
Very
musical.
excited.
It will have its world premiere next autumn in Manchester. Number 1. Number 2,
Mm-hmm.
Broadway's Jeremy James
Yes.
is going to play London this summer.
Jeremy James?
Jeremy Jordan.
Jeremy Jordan. I was like, who is Broadway's Jeremy James?
Jeremy Jordan's brother. His largest concert yet.
Yes.
He'll be in the Royal Albert Hall on Saturday the 12th of July.
Love it.
I'm doing youth project at that point in time. I can't. I'll be in Grease mode. And then I'm excited for this one
Okay.
because I kind of like this musical. Barnum
Yes.
is going to be going on a UK tour next February
Yep.
with Lee Mead. I also like him.
I do like him
Any
too.
Dream Will Do fame. He's going to be playing the role of P.T. Barnum.
I think that would be great.
It's quite interesting because I saw on his Twitter he was like tantalizing people. He was like, "Big news tomorrow! Can't wait to tell you." And then it was Al Barnum.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Barnum's a great musical.
Yeah, going on tour hasn't been out for a wee while, so
No, but you're going to have your usual. I don't know if it's coming here though because it's only a UK tour.
I know.
So I might need to go for a wee trip to Bromley or something.
Yeah. Well, wee trips are always good.
Absolutely. Right.
Right.
On to the matter at hand.
So we have a little extra person here with us
In the room where it happened.
in the room where it happens.
Do you like what I did there?
Yes, right, it was better than his.
Now you're going to have to speak up because we haven't mic'd you because we know what you're like
Okay.
on mic. You take over.
Okay.
Okay. So you speak up, all that,
Okay.
all that diction and,
Yes.
voice projection you've been
Okay.
taught. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Who are you? Why?
CJ.
Who's CJ?
The star of the show.
Oh, really?
I decided next week it's going to be just me and Timmy.
Oh, right, okay. Thanks.
I thought you were going to go the other way there because I had said before the episode started, you just want to take my place and I'll go home. I thought you were about to replace me, but no, you're replacing your mother. Good choice.
Oh, all right then.
Bless you.
Okay.
You had a hard time, don't you, in this
I know,
podcast?
I really
If
do.
it's not your husband as executive producer, it's your daughter, how do you cope?
Don't know. Feel sorry for me.
Why are you here?
Why are you here?
I don't know. No, I love Hamilton.
Yeah,
So-
you do. You do love it.
Okay, so question before you tell us before you get into your Hamilton facts. I think it's like your age group and maybe slightly older that are the main basis of the Hamilton fans. What are you called? Hammies?
Ham fans?
Ham fans?
I don't know.
Never heard.
Why do you like it so much?
It's just, I don't know, like, you introduced it to me during COVID, and, like, it's quite fast-paced, so, like, you understand the story, and I like that it's sung all the way through, and, like, the music's just amazing, so
So
Okay,
it's the
so
music then.
Yeah, so it's a music,
Yeah.
and you like that it's a sung through musical.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's really boring. Like whenever there's a lot of dialogue, I like all the songs.
Heaven forbid the dialogue like drives the
story.
plot or the story. CJ, no.
You can do that to music.
I totally
Exactly.
agree with you,
Yeah.
and you're clearly a cleverer person than me because you said that you understand it, you understood it. So you're very clever because I still don't think I understand half of the story. Because
Really?
because it is sung through and it's very fast paced. I'm like, rewind.
I feel like every time, I think that's good though, because every time you watch it, then you can learn something new.
That's
like-
fair. And how many times have you watched it then?
I don't know. Over COVID, how many times did I watch? I had watched it like 14 times
That's
in
right.
3 days.
In 3 days, you watched it 14 times.
I had it on like in the background while we were doing like homeschool work and stuff.
Well, you clearly weren't doing much work that day, were you?
No, I was, and like I would sit in my bedroom and watch it. I was like I was obsessed.
You did get obsessed, and I think that this was a really good reason for the pro shot. So I know that the pro shot was brought forward because it was meant to be In the Heights was meant to be released before Hamilton, but because of COVID and because of everything that was going on, they decided to release Hamilton on Disney Plus. And this is why I love pro shots, is because people are introduced to it who would never get a chance to see something. And you were 5 years ago, you weren't a teenager, you were little, and you were watching this musical and you were kind of blown away by it. You'd listened and heard the soundtrack because I played it quite a lot.
Oh my word, I actually had a bad relationship with Hamilton when I was very young. When I was like, what year was that? Was that like 2016?
Maybe.
Around-ish.
Yeah.
And like she played it
Your mother?
non-stop.
No, how many are we going to get in
Like
here?
actually, it was not okay. Me and my brother, it was dreadful. We not the actual music, but just the amount of times we had heard every single song. And as a little child, I could not comprehend all those words so fast. So
As a fully grown adult, I can't comprehend all those words going so fast. So are you telling me you didn't become a fan until you saw it?
yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
And what was it seeing it that made it different from just hearing the music, the soundtrack nonstop?
Because then I could like understand the story.
Yeah.
And like I was just, and they were like all shuffled about as well, which didn't really help all the songs. But then like seeing it all together.
Your mother played it on
I'm
shuffle?
pretty sure. I don't know. I was just a little child. So I don't know. But yeah, it just was better. Like seeing the stage.
Yeah. And what did you think of the staging of it then? Because that's what lots of people kind of rant and rave about.
Yeah. Like I remember asking like, how is the stage spinning? Like I couldn't understand. But yeah, I just love it, and like it's just so clever as well. I just love it.
So
And they really use the stage to their advantage as well.
And I think that's what you really fell in love with, was the staging, seeing something and seeing not just like a straight play, people just before, people using levels, and then you were getting a bit older as well, and you were understanding the importance of that and why maybe you're taught that in stage school, like use the space.
Which some of you still don't do based on last weekend. Use the blooming space. Why is there... Anyway.
But you also, you had been introduced to Lin-Manuel Miranda's works because you were a fan of Moana. Yeah, so you were familiar
I didn't know
with
that at the time, but yes.
But you knew his style, didn't you?
Yeah.
And you seemed to like
and
it.
their costumes,
Okay.
I love the costumes so much. Like the Schuyler sister costumes are gorgeous, and I was very jealous watching that. But yeah, like I think that's another thing, coming back to your question, like seeing all the different characters, because all their voices kind of sounded the same, but like seeing all the different characters, and like associating their faces. Like I imagine, whenever I think of like the story of Hamilton, like Alexander Hamilton, I think of Lin-Manuel Miranda. Like,
Because
do
he
you know what
was,
I mean?
yeah.
Like, I can't, whenever I imagine the Schuyler sisters, I imagine the original cast.
Yeah.
Like,
Rather
I
than
can't,
the actual
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
that they were in history.
yeah.
And do you think that was a good shout, Lin-Manuel Miranda playing Alexander Hamilton?
I think he deserved to. Like, he wrote this massive 42 song musical, and
Yeah.
then, like, I mean, I probably would as well.
You
Yeah.
probably just cast yourself
I
in it.
cast myself as everything, one woman show, you know?
Well, if you only had the choice of being one part, what part would you play?
Oh, this is a good question.
Because you see, you can't play every part. That's just not
For
allowed.
now. And
One
like,
woman. I would pay to see that.
Yeah.
CJ's one woman Hamilton.
yeah, love it. When I was younger, I really, really wanted to be Eliza, just because I like loved her songs and stuff, and she was like in my head like the main female character.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I would probably lean towards more playing like Angelica now, because I love Satisfied, and I just feel like all her songs have a lot of emotion in them. Like, so do obviously all the other characters, but I just feel like, I don't know, it's just better. It's just better.
Very good.
So what did you learn from it? So you tell us.
I have these facts. Though.
And then, okay, do us the facts, and then we'll say goodbye to you. But you have you've learned quite a lot. So tell us.
Okay. So Lin-Manuel Miranda began to write Hamilton at the start of 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. He started writing songs after reading, how do you say that?
Ron.
Ron
Sharon.
Noise.
Chernowy's biography of Alexander Hamilton.
Think of Cher. Sure. Nice.
Okay. The musical had many workshops until finally it had its off-Broadway premiere in 2015. And some songs reached to 200 words per minute.
Love that.
Yeah.
So, great.
Very good.
And what did have you learned from it? So obviously you know our music, our podcast, but what have you learned from it?
Okay, I have a little list. So in the first song, Alexander Hamilton, I didn't know what a treatise was, or a treatise, is that what it is?
Treaties, yeah.
It's a formal piece of writing that considers and examines a particular subject, which I just sang those lyrics for so long, not understanding.
We've all been there, CJ.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Astute, didn't know what that was. Having or showing an ability to accurately assess situations or people and turn this to one's advantage.
Do you think you have that? Are you astute?
Possibly.
I think you're astute.
Yeah, I
Don't want
think so
to
too.
boast myself.
I think you're your mother's daughter.
Okay. Aaron Burser,
Yeah.
imminent,
Yeah.
likely to occur at any moment. We actually had to learn that for an RE exam, but it just like,
But you knew that
Yeah,
already,
yeah.
thanks
Love
to
it.
Hamilton.
yep.
Have you found in life that musicals have like touchy little things that you know about
Yeah.
already? Isn't that amazing?
I think so. Can't think of any examples.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think so.
I felt the same growing up. I was like, I know that already
Yeah.
because of
Because of
Said
said
musical.
That's why we do this podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, because like obviously you're so musically that like I grew up with like
you had no other choice, love, did you really?
yeah, but like I overheard stuff and then I was like, okay, and I would ask what something is and then you would explain
Yeah.
it to me.
You had no other choice with this musical, really, did you? Your mum
Apparently
bat you
not,
over
but
the
then-
head with the soundtrack
I think-
non-stop.
yeah, but like my mum played it so much when I was younger, and then like a few years later, then I was the one that was annoying her was playing it so much.
There you
So, but yeah, and like even before I went to sleep at night, I would like play it on my Alexa.
Yeah, but that's your job as a daughter, to annoy your mum.
Oh yeah, yeah.
100%.
She's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else did you learn?
In Farmer
Refuted.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that was the name of the song until doing this. Like I
100%.
didn't realize that
True.
because it never says those words.
No.
That's right.
In the song, and I was so confused. I was like, "What is that song called?" But yeah, modulate the key. I was like, "Wait, what is that?" To change the key, no, to change the tonal center of a piece of music from one key to another. So, well, yeah, pretty simple. But I just wanted to like double
Yeah,
check.
that's fine.
Right hand man. Whenever I was younger, I was like, whenever he said right hand man, I thought it was like right handed man.
Man.
Okay.
I was very
Mhm.
confused, but it's fine. Martyr, this is also said in Wicked, and that's how I knew it as well,
Okay.
because Glinda said, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the like school people say about Glinda.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And it's a person who's killed because of their beliefs.
Are you looking forward to Wicked for Good?
Oh, so excited!
Are we going again
Yes.
together? Because we went as a wee team the first
Yeah,
time
we
round.
did.
I feel we have to do that again.
100%.
I'm so excited.
Okay.
I feel like the first half's really good, but I feel like the second half's like more emotional and like exciting, and like it has more of a plot, and it's kind of where you piece everything together.
Yeah, there's
So,
more
like,
to it, isn't there?
Yeah, everything just makes a lot more sense, and it's like really fun. But yeah,
Are you Dorothy?
what, I'm confused. What?
Well, because there's loads of speculation out there at the moment as to who is playing the role of Dorothy. So I'm just asking,
Is it-
are you Dorothy?
It's not me, but
Right.
I hope it's the girl who played Matilda. What's her name? Alicia.
Alicia Weir.
Yeah, I hope it's
Yeah.
her.
There was chat that it was Dove Cameron, but I don't think it's
No,
Dove
I
Cameron.
don't think it's her.
You should have got the gig. You'd be a good Dorothy. Oh, maybe not.
Okay. Anyway,
Sweetness and light, you are not.
okay, right. We're just gonna move on.
Move on.
Wait for it. So, he says his
Yes,
grandfather
we'll
was.
maybe talk about that, so that's fine.
I don't think.
Yeah.
No, you say.
Fire and brimstone preacher, and it's a Christian preacher who emphasizes God's judgment and the eternal consequences of sin, often using vivid descriptions of hell to encourage repentance.
There you
done.
go.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah, so you learned that.
a big description. In That Would Be Enough, relish, great enjoyment.
Yeah.
Didn't know what that meant. The room where it happened, unprecedented. I thought it was like, I genuinely thought George Washington had taken
President.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I mean. Yeah, but it's never known or done before. So
Yeah.
like a new wee idea.
Mm-hmm.
The Adams administration, ardently,
Mm-hmm.
very enthusiastically or passionately.
Yep.
So that's interesting. Blew us all away. How do you say that?
Disparaged.
Disparaged. Regard or represent.
Disparaged.
That's it.
Represent.
EPR's got his hand in it.
Never mind.
In his hands.
I was told the wrong information. He's not very pleased. That's okay.
It's all right. We'll move on.
Quickly.
Then in the next one, the election of 1800. Right, forgive.
Obfuscates.
Oh, God.
I don't know. No, me, but I like even listened to the Google Translate lady,
I know, that's one of mine too, and I still couldn't get it.
and
Oh.
I've forgotten that.
Obfuscates is what you've written down.
Yeah, no, that's right. I have the right spelling. I just don't know how to pronounce it. To make obscure, unclear, or unintelligible.
Yeah, that's me all the time.
So that's great. The world was wide enough. Rigor,
Mhm.
sudden feeling of cold with shivering accompanied by a rise of in temperature. And then last one, your obedient servant. Equivocate,
Well done.
use ambiguous language so as to conceal the truth. So yes, those are my musical lyrical lingos.
So pretty
And will
much.
you use all of those words in your schoolwork now? There's a
Probably
few
the
you
easier
could
to spell ones.
You
to be
could
honest.
totally throw some of them in and show
Yeah.
off a bit.
Mhm.
That was quite refreshing because often in the pod, like we come to like words that we are, we have in our musical lyrical lingos, and as adults, we kind of feel a bit daft, like mentioning them
Yeah.
as a musical lyrical lingo, but we mention them because we first came across them when we were probably around your age.
Yeah.
And it totally does take on a totally different.
Yeah.
Oh, I have one
Oh,
more.
no, here.
That's not my
This
turn.
is it. You see, you get
It's my
CJ
turn,
started,
isn't
you can't get her stopped.
Oh well, it's not here.
You
But
alright?
in burn, I have
Sir.
the definition.
No,
No,
burn.
burn.
Okay.
Burn.
Burn.
Not burr. Okay.
Burn. I didn't know. I remember we were listening to a kitchen in the kitchen. It's like a core memory for me. We were listening to Burn in the kitchen one day, and then she mentioned Icarus. And
Yeah.
I was like, what's that? And then you told me the story. So
Mhm.
the myth of Icarus tells the story of a young man who, while attempting to escape imprisonment with his father, how do you say that?
Don't ask your mother.
Daedalus.
Do you actually know it?
Yeah.
How is it? Okay. I don't believe. Okay. Just his father, okay,
Yeah.
flew too close to the sun.
That's it.
So yeah,
Very good.
that's another thing.
Well, thank you so much.
Is this your number one musical then, CJ?
I don't have a number one musical
I'm the same.
because like every month there's a new one. Like every month I'm like, I'm gonna give that a go. I'm gonna give this, and then I'm like, it's the best musical I've ever heard. But I would say, for the memories and for the amazingness, probably number one.
It's definitely in your top 10, isn't it? If you were
It's
having...
in my top 3.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you know, it's sometimes hard. Musicals, we talk about this a lot. Depends on what mood you're in.
Yeah.
You know, it depends on what memory you're pulling from. But yeah, if it's within the top 10, that's pretty good. Because like you said, there are lots of musicals out there.
Very many.
And tell me something. Are you good at history in school?
Yes.
But you're better at geography, right?
Oh God.
I'm actually like the same. Got the same result.
No, you got to work harder on your geography then. That
No,
needs to trump. You have to trump that.
I did better in my winter in geography.
Good girl. Proud of
Okay.
you. This is
I
because
know-
I am
I was
a
like-
geographer, listeners.
Yeah, I was revising. I was like, gotta do it for Timmy.
But based on the musical, I suppose, because it's a musical theatre podcast, did you learn more about American history from this, or was it as confusing for you as it was for me?
No, I definitely learnt more because I didn't know anything before the
Okay.
first time I listened. Because I listened to it so young, I didn't know anything about it before I watched it.
I'm so glad you said that, because I have an Alexander Hamilton history test for you now. So,
Serious?
yeah, so number one, I'm only joking.
Oh, sugar.
I'm glad you said sugar.
But yeah, okay.
No, I wouldn't do that to you.
I was very scared. I was like,
What's your favourite song?
oh, I don't know. I like all of them, but I don't like, this would be easier. I feel like I don't want to get hated on, but
You won't be
Yeah.
hated on.
I don't love My Shot. It's
I am not throwing away my shot.
overplayed, low key, and like I just don't get the hype. I feel like there's other songs, like for it to be the song of Hamilton, I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
Or Hurricane.
Interesting.
I think it's just,
Interesting.
I know they're both about him, which is kind of bad.
The whole musical's about him, I wouldn't
No,
worry.
but like, you know what I mean? Like those are the ones where it's like him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like Hurricane's very slow, and it's quite short anyway. Like it's not the longest song ever, but it's slow.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird.
Okay. And did you watch the revival performance of Hamilton on
Yes.
the Tonys this year?
Yes.
And what are your critiques?
Loki, I wanted Anthony Ramos to be in it a bit more, but other than that, I was happy. I wanted more, but yeah, that'll do for now. You know what I
You're
mean?
happy with your lot?
Yes, I'm happy that we even got one. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like just to see the band back together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so we will see you then on stage in the future as
I'll be the one lifting
Eliza.
the chair.
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
No, Angelica is your
Angelica, yeah.
favourite now, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the older,
Or
isn't
maybe
she?
Hamilton, you
So you
never
might
know.
have to wait a
Oh,
wee
it
bit
could be
longer for
Hamilton.
that.
It can be Hamilton.
Well, Lin-Manuel Miranda has put it out there that he wouldn't be against a female Hamilton.
I mean, Cynthia Erivo's playing Jesus, so
No, she's not.
she is.
She is. In Hollywood Super Bowl this summer.
Being serious?
Yeah.
Where's Hollywood Super Bowl?
In Hollywood, LA.
In Hollywood, LA.
No,
The Hollywood Super
County Down.
Not Hollywood County Down. We don't have a Super Bowl.
I don't know what's a Super Bowl?
It's the big.
That's a different
American
podcast.
football, yeah.
You need to go on a sports
Okay,
podcast for that. Don't be asking us
that's fine.
questions like that. If it's not about musical theatre, we don't know. And sometimes we don't know when it's about musical theatre.
Okay. Okay, that's fine then.
We're flying by the seat of our pants. That is a lyric, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is, yeah.
I'm impressing myself
You're very good. You're very
because
good.
I'm not going to lie to you, CJ. I wouldn't be the biggest Hamilton fan.
No, that hurts my heart.
Is this the point you leave us
This
then?
might be because really.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You'll have to listen to the pod to find out why. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes,
Thank you so
you're
much.
welcome.
And you know
Appreciate
what?
it.
If your mummy's sick, I'll do the podcast with you.
Okay, yeah,
No, genuinely.
yeah.
If there's a week she's under the weather, she can swing you in.
Okay,
You can be the podcast super swing.
yeah.
You know, coming in when,
Be either.
yeah.
I could even take over his.
I mean, he doesn't do much, so I wouldn't worry.
Okay.
Right,
Yes.
Thank you. Go
No worries.
and go and watch Hamilton.
Or yeah. Or yeah, but yeah.
How many times?
How many times? Beat the record 15.
15.
Bye.
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 That was a nice wee bit of.
That was fantastic. Honest to God, she's your daughter.
Oh no, I know. So, in case you weren't aware, Hamilton is an American musical which is sung, rapped through, and it was all written and composed by Lin-Manuel Miranda,
Yes.
the genius that he is.
Yeah, cultural phenomena is probably the only way to describe Hamilton, a musical that permeated popular culture, zapped new life into Broadway when it hit the Richard Rodgers stage in 2015.
That's right. It was only off Broadway in the Palace for a very short time. I think it was 3 weeks, and then they put the tickets on for Rogers, and it sold out. And they then realised they had something pretty special.
Yeah.
Miranda describes Hamilton as America then told by America now. So 2015, off Broadway and Broadway, went to the West End in 2017, and then we have in 2023 the start of the international tour, and then it's currently just finished a UK and Ireland tour.
Absolutely, yeah. The show relates to the life story of Alexander Hamilton, the $10 founding father, from his impoverished childhood in the West Indies through to his rise of prominence during the American Revolution. It does so in a variety of musical styles, from hip-hop to jazz to Broadway, captivating long-time fans of musical theatre and bringing new appreciators from around the world into the fold.
Yeah, so Lin-Manuel had written In the Heights previously, and it obviously won a lot of Tony Awards for In the Heights. So he was actually invited. So I think CJ mentioned that he composed it from 2008, but he was invited to the White House to perform music from In the Heights. But he decided that he would actually do an early version of Alexander Hamilton.
That's
this
it.
mixtape that he was working on, and that performance is widely available on YouTube, and you can watch it.
Very
and it
cool.
is crazy. You know, even Barack Obama is sitting laughing because he goes, "I'm going to do this about Alexander Hamilton." They're like, "Ah!" And then it's like, "Whoa, this is amazing!" Like, mic drop, done. Need more of that.
No one's laughing now. Yeah.
No.
2009 that happened. The White House Evening of Poetry, Music and Spoken Word. And they laughed at Lin-Manuel Miranda. How rude of them.
Now, this podcast mentions documentaries quite a lot.
I know there is. Yeah.
Yeah. And now there is a lot of documentaries that go alongside Hamilton. I have watched them all.
Of course you have.
But I think the best one is called Hamilton's America.
Yeah.
And it was a special that PBS did. And I think that this one's the best one because you've also got Lin-Manuel Miranda talking in it and about it and just behind the scenes, but Stephen Sondheim's there as well.
Okay.
So there's a real mix. There's loads and loads of documentaries, just like how it started, you know, while it was on, you know, other people, you know, having their say of why it was so successful, but nobody can really understand really the phenomenon that is Hamilton. It just blew up, and it's
that's
still here.
it. And you had mentioned in the Heights there, and it was actually during a break from In the Heights on a holiday to Mexico in 2007, where Lin-Manuel Miranda, as your daughter mentioned, was reading the 2004 biography of Alexander Hamilton by Ron Chernow. And he said, as I'm reading this, I'm thinking, this is the biggie. This is Tupac. This is hip hop. In my ideal vision for this project, we get really amazing rappers to play these different parts.
Yeah.
And that's where it all kind of started. And as you said, then another concept album, this Hamilton mixtape, which then appeared in the White House in its very earliest forms. He composed Hamilton over a 7-year period. Like, that's a long time to work on a musical, from 2008 to 2015. And then, as you said, accumulating in his off-Broadway limited engagement at the Public Theatre, which sold out despite 3 extensions. They extended that run 3 times. And they were still selling the tickets. So it was going to have a Broadway transfer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that happened on the 6th of August 2015.
And that's in that documentary as well. You can see that happening and how excited they are about moving it to Broadway.
Yeah.
But the thing was, by 2009, he had only written 2 songs.
Yeah. Oh dear.
And it was, they're going to be very old by the time this becomes, so he really had to pick up the pace. And he talks about it where he just wrote every road on the tube or the subway, and wrote in the kitchen. He even wrote in Aaron Burr's bedroom. He just wrote and wrote and wrote and
it's quite ironic, isn't it? Because he sounds like Alexander Hamilton, who he was a prolific writer, and he was, as the lyrics say, he was writing like he was running out of time. Clearly Lin-Manuel Miranda was writing because he was running out of time to get this musical on the road. The show became a real status symbol, complete with celebrity visitors and sky high ticket prices, which remain to this day. And it's part of my issue with it. I have a few issues with Hamilton. Some justified, I know, even in my own opinion, some unjustified, but I have them. And I haven't seen it yet live. I've seen the pro shot, but I refuse to pay that price to go and see something I've already seen on TV. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And from what I've seen on TV, I'm okay with not rushing to the theatre to see it. Do you know what I mean? Hey, I'm going to have haters for this. But
you're not a history person. And it's
far from. That was my other issue. It's just too clever for me. I can't keep up.
And I think the difference between Hamilton and Six, where they're both talking about historical figures, Six is much more of a concert than a musical about a historical event.
But Six also does it, the history, in 6 or 7 or 8 numbers.
Yeah. Well,
not 42.
This is obviously very long, because it's his lifespan,
Of course,
and obviously so much went on with the revolution and the establishing, the United States and everything. But I think it's fair, if you're not somebody who loves history, then already this is a topic that you're not going to fall madly in love with.
It's fair, but listen, who am I? Because the show received uniformly positive reviews and high box office sales. When the musical opened in Broadway, it had a multi-million-dollar advance in ticket sales, reportedly taking in $30 million before its official opening. What show can say they have those pre-sales? By September 2015, the show was sold out for most of its Broadway engagement. It was the second highest grossing show on Broadway for the Labor Day week, which began on the 6th of September 2015, behind only The Lion King. Mm-hmm. It's hard to beat The Lion King, isn't it? Broadway set a Broadway box office record for the most money grossed in a single week in New York City in late November 2016, when it grossed $3.3 million for an 8-performance week. The first show to break the $3 million in an 8-performance record.
It's just a mad amount of money, isn't it?
Crazy. And like, is it slowing down?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
And I know we laugh about this, but obviously we know outside of the West End, Chicago has a massive, like West End, it has a massive theatre district. And the day I left, Hamilton arrived.
oh no.
But I know Americans are much bigger about anything, but Chicago was going crazy for Hamilton returning.
Yeah.
And it had already been in Chicago and it was just returning for 16 weeks. And every news outlet was talking about it. Like everywhere it was going, Hamilton's back. It's Hamilton season. It's, go to this theatre, get your dinner here. It was going crazy. And I was like, this show has already been in this city. And it's also still in the West End. And it's also on a tour right now.
Yeah.
Why are we going mental for it?
And like, start counting now.
Yeah.
Because that's one UK tour.
Yeah.
Like, you just watch.
Yeah. It'll just
It will just keep coming and coming and coming and coming. And so will the people. It was also a critically acclaimed too. At the 70th Tony Awards, Hamilton received a record-breaking 16 nominations, winning 11 Tony Awards, including Best Musical, Best Book, Best Score, Best Direction, Best Actor for Leslie Odom Jr., not Lin-Manuel Miranda, interestingly, Best Featured Actor for David Diggs, Best Featured Actress for Renee Ellis Goldsberg, Best Costume, Best Lighting, Choreography and Orchestrations. Cha-ching!
Yeah. And 8 Drama Desk Awards.
That's it. And interestingly, I thought this was interesting, multiple nominations in the acting categories, which meant although they were nominated for 16, they only could win 13 of them.
Oh my goodness.
So 11 out of 13 possible Tonys, like that's some record.
That is.
It also received the 2016 Pulitzer Prize for Drama and a Grammy Award for the cast recording.
Yeah. And that original cast obviously seemed to have a very special bond. You mentioned it there when you were talking to CJ. They came back there for the 10-year at the Tonys. And I thought it was a really great mashup because it wasn't the typical...
Dare I say it was a better performance than their original Tony performance.
Well... I liked that everybody had a little bit of their signature song.
Yeah.
And I liked that they were all dressed in black. Some people say that it was a political choice, their direction, but hey ho. I think that they're a very special cast. They're all incredibly talented. Say what you want about Lin-Manuel Miranda. He wrote the musical. He's going to star himself.
Oh, listen, I don't actually think that's an issue. I don't think it's an ego thing at all. I mean, he's the one that knew it best. So if you're going to showcase your work to the world for the very first time, you're going to put yourself in it because I don't think it was a case of I need to do this to show off. I think it was just a security thing for his baby, wasn't it? He also reprised his role of Alexander Hamilton when the show ran at the University of Puerto Rico in 2019, and I thought that was for him, that'll have been a really special moment too. Cameron Mackintosh, or Sir Cameron Mackintosh, produced the London production that reopened the Victoria Palace Theatre on December the 21st, 2017. There's another issue I have. Because Hamilton kicked out a very special musical.
Oh.
It kicked Billy Elliot out.
Oh. Well, we all know how I feel about Billy Elliot.
And I truly believe Billy Elliot would still be playing. If it wasn't
do
for...
you
Yeah, I
think
do.
so?
If
but
it
why
wasn't
did it not
for...
just move to a different theatre?
I don't know. But I'm very sad about that. I was very sad at the time. And when I heard why it was... Now, obviously, it's interesting. They did big alterations and big, refurbishments to the theatre for Hamilton coming in. But anyway, won't go there. The London production was nominated for 10 Olivier's, winning 7, including Best New Musical, Outstanding Achievement in Music. Giles Terera won Best Actor for his role as Aaron Burr. Michael Gibson won for Best Supporting Actor for King George.
That's right.
It also got Best Lighting, Best Sound, and Best Choreographer.
Yeah.
And as you've said, 2010 brought along the filmed version, which is 7 hours too
2020.
long.
2020.
Yeah, did I not say that?
I thought you said 2010.
Oh, maybe it did. But as you can see,
Yeah, your
my
notes definitely
25 pages of notes, it does say
And
2020.
I think I said the wrong theatre earlier, so it's fine.
Where did you say?
Oh, there's notes. Oh, I've just dropped something across the room. Yeah, so a lot to learn, not just in the background. So as you heard, there is a lot to learn. We've decided to split this episode into 2 parts. So please make sure you tune in next week and you can hear all about our musical lyrical lingos of Hamilton.
Tune in as the memories grow.